Hello everybody, I'm Serena Byer, also known as kchoopgirl. I am a hoop dance artist and entertainer, hoop dance fitness instructor in the Kansas City area. Today, this tutorial is for beginner hoopers who want to learn how to move the hoop up and down the body. Now, there's only two things you need to know about a hoop as it relates to moving it up and down the body. One is that gravity will always pull the hoop down. Two, movement causes the hoop to, well, let me restate that. The hoop will always gravitate to where the most movement is on the body. And if you've been waist hooping and you're finding that the hoop is popping up to your chest, well, that's because you're moving your chest more than your waist, which is great if you want to learn to chest hoop. You're a natural chest hooper. But for purposes of keeping the hoop on the waist, you need to focus on keeping your chest quiet. I'm going to put a hoop on and just start with waist hooping. What you need to know, you see, I love hoop dancing. Hoop dancing is the combination of on-body hooping and off-body hooping. Today we're going to focus on on-body hooping, and I'll do another video about off-body hooping. Hoop dance is the combination of those two things in a smooth, transitional way and on beat to the rhythm of the music. It's just a wonderful workout and just a fun way to burn some calories, and overall can become a total body workout. So as it relates to on-body hooping, there's, like 8 places on your body you can hoop that I can think of. You can hoop on your face, you can hoop on your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your waist, your hips, and your legs. So I'm going to start with the waist. And, basics is hold the hoop level, anchor it against the back, smallest part of waist, throw it nice and level and flat. And in this case, feet are side to side, so I'm pulsing, I'm rocking into the hoop side to side. So let's just test the theory of gravity and the hoop coming down. That's something I like to tell the people in the classes is if that hoop is going down, you're probably going 40 when you need to be going 60. That's a classic example of how to move the hoop down the body. I'm on the waist. I'm going to step back. I'm on the waist. Let me get closer so you can see I'm on my waist. Now I'm going to move it to my hips simply by slowing down. There it goes. Now the key is when it gets to the place on your body you want it to stay at, you need to put on the gas and increase that pulsing, or the hoop's going to keep going down. So back to the waist, and I'm on the hips to get it to that waist. All I've got to do is move that waist more than my hips. So what's going to happen is I'm going to suck in my core and I'm going to pull that hoop up. There it is on my waist. Now we're going to let it go down again. Back up so you can see me. So I'm slowing down. There it is on the hips. I'm picking up the pace because it's going to keep going if I don't. Now I want to take it to my legs. Once again, I'm going to slow down. The hoop's going to drop. But when it gets to the part of my legs I want it to stay at, I've got to pick up the gas. So from this position, I'm going to bring a leg in closer, and then I'm going to start slowing down. There goes that hoop. It's dropping. I've got it. I've picked up the pace, and I'm keeping it spinning on my legs. I'm hoping you can see this. I'm trying to back up a little bit. Now, we go in reverse. Say we want to bring the hoop up to from our legs, up all the way up to our neck, or even our face. Maybe we'll do a little face hooping today. It's kind of humiliating, I think. But, you know, if you want to work the whole body, it's an option. So, but, you know, since I'm close enough, I think I'm going to start on the waist, move it to the chest and the shoulders and neck. How about that? And the rule's the same. We want to increase the movement in the part of the body that we want to bring the hoop to. Now, you don't have to go in that order. You don't have to do waist, chest, shoulders, neck. You can jump right up to the shoulders if you want. But we're going to do it a step at a time. So here I am back on my waist. I want it to my chest. So I'm going to start moving that chest. And I recommend learning how to chest hoop before you learn how to shoulder hoop. The chest is round, so the hoop, it has a nicer ride around a round chest. The shoulders, on the other hand, are bumpy. It's oval, and in order to shoulder hoop, you need to push in a little harder, generate a little more power. But going from the, well, we'll start on the hips. We'll even go a little lower. Hips, waist, chest, shoulders, and neck. And back on that chest hooping, that movement for chest hooping is like a 4-point move. You push into the hoop when it comes around the front. You push into the side when it comes around the side. Push back around the back. And when it comes around this side here, push into it. So it's a small little circle, push, 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 and combined with a bit of a shimmy as you're pushing into that hoop. But I'll tell you more when we get there. So here we are on hips. Gonna start a nice flat, level, spin right on the hips. I'm gonna suck in my core. I'm gonna increase the movement in my waist. Here we go. There it is on the waist, simple. I'm going to bring it up to the chest by getting that chest moving. Now, something else you can do to help bring it up to the chest, and I'm going to back up. Okay, I'm back to the waist. Here we go, back to the chest. I'm bending my knees, and I'm going to get under that hoop a little bit. I'll do this towards the camera, but then I'm going to turn to the side. So it's on the waist, here goes that chest, I'm moving that chest, bending the knees, getting under it, getting under it. There it is, right on the chest. Now, when you're new, one thing, I'm gonna let it drop. When you're new, you need to know that, number one, you always wanna turn the direction the hoop is spinning. And number two, circles are your friends. When you turn a circle doing a trick, whether it's on body or off body, it gives the hoop lift, it does some of the work for you, and that applies when you're chest hooping. So I'm on the waist, and I'm gonna go through and get it up there, but if I turn while I do this, and this may not be the right way for you, so it's just an option. But on the waist, I'm going up to the chest, and now I'm turning. And that gives that hoop some additional lift, makes the job a little bit easier. Now, to go from chest to shoulders, it's like a 2-stage trick, because you've got to figure out how to get those arms inside that hoop. So that's another tutorial. I call it finding the hole. How to find the hole so you can put body parts into that hoop and add to the flow of your hoop dancing. But from chest to shoulders, I'll just demonstrate. Look for the other tutorial about finding the hole. But I'm going to find the hole with one hand. I'm going to find the hole with the other. Now I'm on my shoulders. And in this case, it's still a bit of a 4-point, here, I'm gonna turn to the side. See, I'm bumping the front, I'm bumping the right, the back, the left. Now, let me also add, I'm using a 35-inch hoop, it's fast. When you start out, I wouldn't use a 35-inch hoop. I would use like a 40-inch hoop, even a 44-inch hoop, they're going to be slower. It's going to give you more time to train yourself to move a little, not only move and keep good form, but move quickly and keep good form. But on the shoulders, we're rocking 4-point, and the same applies, turning a circle. Turning a circle. Does that work for you? Now, when you're new, when you're shoulder hooping, you want to keep your arms glued to your body. Glued to the body. As you get better, you can start pulling those arms out. But again, that's another tutorial. I've got so much to tell you, to teach you. Now, from shoulders to neck, easy peasy. And back the other way, same thing. In fact, sometimes you're going to find when you're shoulder hooping that the hoop accidentally pops up on your neck. To change that and to get out of that situation, all you got to do is insert a shoulder. It'll come right back down. So just a little secret. You might remember, if it pops up on the neck, hit that shoulder, it comes down. But that's basically what you're going to do to get it up to the neck from the shoulders. You're going to use that shoulder to push it, and then it just slides right up there. Now, neck hooping is not a hard thing to learn. You have to be stiff. You're moving the whole body. You're rocking it side to side. And in all these cases, chest up, chin up, eyes up. Elevate yourself, and it'll help keep the hoop elevated. So that's going up from, and let's go down. We're going to start from legs, and go to hips. Now, I think it's more difficult, and it's a 2-stage trick as well, because you got to learn how to leg hoop. Not a hard thing to learn. Look for my tutorial about that. But going from moving the hoop from the leg up to the hip, I think it's probably the most difficult of all the options you have moving that hoop. So I'm going to try to break it down into, I'm thinking 4 components. Now, the other thing to know is I spin to the right. This is right. Well, I never know if you're seeing opposite or not, but right now that is right. And now, if I face you, this is my right. And I think I'm gonna face you, but I'll turn again and show you. And let me just go back to that chest hooping. I told you I'd do it sideways, and you'd see that 4-point turn. Now, you can also start the hoop on each one of these body parts individually. It's probably easier to learn to let the hoop go down, let gravity take it down by slowing down, than it is to bring it up. But on that chest hooping, if you just start it on the chest, hoop's right under the armpits, you're holding it level, and you give it a nice level throw, and here's that 4-point turn. I'll turn a circle so you can see. So here we are in the back. See, I bump it, bump it, bump it, bump, 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 bump. Same thing. Just little circles, little bumps, helping that hoop, just giving it a little push to give it some momentum to spin. So I'm gonna back up, start with the legs, bring it up to the hips, and I'll be spinning to the right. And just to break the 4 components down first, it starts with having your legs pulled together but not knees touching. Then, if you spin to the right, you're gonna pick up your right heel just a little bit, because you're gonna use that leg, that right leg, to move up and down under the hoop to bump it up just a little bit. Bump it up your body. The next component is turning a circle while you do this. When you get really good, you don't always have to turn a circle, but even the best sometimes need a little help. So turning a circle in the direction the hoop is spinning will help as well. And then, of course, as with all hoop tricks, coming up, the hoop's going to gravitate to the part of the body that's moving the most. So you got to move the hips more than the legs. So I'm going to demonstrate first, and then I'll try to break it down. So here I am on my legs. I want to bring it up to my hips. And first I'll face you, but I'm going to do this backwards too, so you can see how I'm lifting up my heel. But my legs are close together, but my knees aren't necessarily touching. Since I spin to the right, I'm going to use my right leg, this is my right, to start bumping it up. I'm lifting that heel. And each time the hoop comes around my right leg, I'm just giving it an upward motion. Now I'm going to start turning. I'm going to continue that upward motion. I'm going to start moving those hips, and there it is, just like that. And I'm going to get closer so you can see what that leg is doing. Don't know if I can get close enough yet far enough away. I'm going to turn to the side. So here comes that right leg. It's bumping out. Right now it's not bumping up. Let me turn to the back. See, right now my heel is lifted. Can you see that heel? I'm going to go a little further out. Here we go. Right heel is lifted, and that right leg is bumping that hoop each time it comes around. But now I'm going to start bumping it up. Bumping it up. I'm going to start my turn. I'm going to start wiggling those hips. And there we go. If you spin to the left, the same rules apply, but you do it to the left. You're going to turn to the left. You're going to use your left leg to lift and bump. And again, that's so critical to use that leg like so, to just bump, 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 bump. And I'd say 80% of the tricks that I teach myself, I start without the hoop. Learn it, get your balance, get a sense of your body and controlling that body in these various positions that you get into to do some really cool tricks. Do it without the hoop. This is really true with like one leg hooping, for example, or tossing off the legs. But do it without the hoop. Burn it in your brain. Let it rest in your soul, your comfort, your muscle memory, and then put the hoop on and try it. And it potentially will help you learn a lot faster. Okay, let's see. What have I covered here? We've gone up from the leg to the hip. We've gone from the hip to the waist to the chest. I don't want to do neck to face, but I will. So here it is. And for me to do it, where the sweet spot's kind of right under the nose. The nose keeps it from going higher. Sometimes I'll open my mouth a little bit. And here it is. I'm just going to duck into this. There's the face. There it is. Now, here I'm just rotating my head, keeping the hoop level. My head is kind of doing this, like so. So if you feel inclined to want a head hoop, there you have it. Let's see, I've covered going down. I think I've covered neck down to shoulders, chest. And so I think I've got you up to speed. And if I forget something, I'll check back with you. But I hope this has been helpful. I learned how to hoop watching videos. It was so hard, but I was so committed. I loved it so much, and that inspired me to offer in-person classes. So just know I have classes right now. I have them every Saturday and Wednesday. Saturday, 10 to 11 a.m. at Sylvester Powell Community Center, Mission, Kansas. And then every Wednesday at St. Andrew's Church 6401 Warnell. That's the Brookside area of Kansas City, Missouri. I also have lots of other tutorials on KC Hoop Girl Facebook, KC Hoop Girl Instagram, KC Hoop Girl YouTube, and that's where I announce a lot of free events. Our next free event is coming up September 12th. It's Dance in the Park, Kansas City, Missouri, 64111. That's Roanoke Park, ROANOKE Park. We'll be there from 4 to 5:30. And then there's a free show starting at 5:30. All the best dancers in the dance companies and dancers in the city. Okay, well, thanks for taking the time to watch. I hope this was helpful. And feel free to reach out if there's something else you want me to teach you how to do. Talk to you later.